Hello students. Today we're going to be doing a lesson on comparing fractions. Got my screencast ready. Today's objective is we're going to compare and order fractions. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to order these fractions from greatest to least. Now as you see, we have 2/3, 1/8, and 2/6. What we need to do is find a common denominator between those three numbers. And all three of these numbers can go into 24 equally. So we're going to put a 24 here, 24 here, and a 24 here. Now up top, 3 goes into 24 how many times? If you guessed 8, you are correct. So if we multiply 3 times 8 equals 24, we got to multiply the top. 2 times 8 is how much? 16, correct. Down here, 8 goes into 24 how many times? I see you out there, you said 3. So 8 times 3 equals 24. 3 times 1 equals 3. Now for the bottom. 6 goes into 24 how many times? That is right, you guys are on a ball. Goes 4 times. So we got 6 times 4 equals 24. 2 times 4 equals 8. So the greatest would be 2/3, then 2/6, and then 1/8. And that's how we compare fractions. You guys have to find the least common denominator. The least common denominator is the same number that all three of those bottom numbers can go into. So now we're going to compare two fractions. And how you compare fractions are, you need to figure out how can you compare these fractions. 2/3, 3/4. And what we do is cross multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 3 is 9. So the side with the greater number, that's the higher side. So you will say 2/3 is less than 3/4. Now let's try this one. It's the same thing. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 3 is 9. So we know it's less than. And the same thing with here. So with these four numbers, let's find a common denominator. What number can all of these go into? You have 5, 6, 15, and 3. Let's look what 15 can go into. You have 15, then you have 30. 3 goes into 30, correct? 6 goes into 30, correct? 5 goes into 30, correct? So the common denominator for all these numbers will be 30. Once again, we got to put all these fractions from least to greatest. Sometimes I look at the highest denominator, which is 9. And like we did with the previous example with 15, we look at 9. And we look at, up here, I'm going to work up here. We got 9. We got 18. So now we know all of these numbers, 6, 3, and 2, can go all into 18. So now what we're going to do here is put 18 here, go down here, 18, down here, 18, down here, 18. So we know 18, 9 goes into 18 how many times? 2 times, correct. 2 times 7 is how much? 14, correct. Also, 18 goes into 6 how many times? 3. 3 times what is what? I'm sorry, 3 times 5 is how much? 15, correct. 3 goes into 18 how many times? 6. 6 times 2 is how much? 12. And 2 goes into 18 how many times? It goes in 9 times. 9 times 1 is 9. So we're looking at the least. So from least to greatest, our answers, and I'm going to write up top, will be 1/2, 2/3, 7/9, and 5/6. Now, which of these fractions here is greater than 3/4? And at any time during the video, and I'm sorry, I should have told you guys earlier, you can pause it. And if you pause the video, you can just pause it to see some of the things that I have done. Which fraction is greater than 3/4? So I'm going to put 3/4 up here. So 7/12 3/4. And remember earlier we cross multiplied. 4 times 7 is correct, 28. 12 times 3 is 36. So we know that is less than. We're going to work right here. 5/8, 3/4. 4 times 5, is 20. 8 times 3 is 24. Correct. Once again, less than. Here we're going to work 2/3 and 3/4. 4 times 2 is 8. And 3 times 3 is 9. Once again, it's less than. So my last fraction is 7/9 and 3/4. 4 times 7 is how much? Correct, 28. 9 times 3 is how much? 27. So 7/9 is greater than 3/4. So that concludes my introductory lesson for you guys on comparing fractions. I will be in the classroom. You guys will see me in there, and then I will have a quiz for you. So I will give you guys the link to the quiz. If you just go to this website and click on my quiz, you could take it, and I'm going to type it on the board. I'm going to fix this up real quick. I'm going to shrink it so you guys can all see it. So if you go to quizalize.com/profile/Mr. Ashley, you guys can take that quiz. It was a pleasure working with you guys. I look forward to working with you guys again. Bye.